I would speak in the name of God, who is love, who made us in love, who made us for love. Please be seated. The detail in today's gospel is striking. Close friends of Jesus host a dinner for him. There is Martha, being Martha, serving the guests. At the table is Lazarus, having only recently come forth from the tomb that Jesus called him out of. I picture Lazarus as somewhat dazed, still trying to fathom what had happened to him, wondering what's next. And then there is Mary, the sibling who, we have been told in another passage, chose the better part when she sat at Jesus' feet attending to his teaching. Now, she brings out a jar of costly perfume. The commentaries say that it was probably worth about a year's wages. She anoints Jesus' feet with the fragrant ointment and then wipes them with her hair. I expect it's the sensory detail in the story that is most arresting for the majority of us. Easy to imagine the scent of perfume permeating the air of the room. It was a lavish gift, an unexpected action, a beautiful scene. Also at the dinner, we've just heard, is Judas, the disciple who will betray Jesus. He criticizes Mary's actions. Why was this perfume not sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor? The narrator of the story tells us Judas said this not because he cared about the poor, but because the money would have fattened the purse that he had been put in charge of and habitually stole from. Even so, any one of us might ask the same question. Picture it. I reach down, pull out my purse, my wallet, bring out a wad of cash. Let's imagine they're $100 bills. And imagine there's a little, one of those little Weber barbecue grills down here. And I reach down and I pull out a book of matches. And I march myself down here and I take this cash and I put it in the Weber grill and I light the match and I drop it in. And we watch the money go up in flames, turn to ash. Which one of you would not think of a better thing to do with that money? Even if I were to tell you it's a gift for God alone, would that stop you from thinking of a different use? Help the poor might, only might, be at the top of one's list. Mary's actions could seem no more sensible than incinerating cash. Nonetheless, it's a beautiful thing, an intimate act. It's an expression of love, and one imagines of gratitude for what Jesus had done for her and her family. It's also a sign of Mary's understanding of the moment. For his part, Jesus speaks to protect her. He says, "Leave her alone. She bought it so that she might keep it for the day of my burial." Mary's gift was, we might say, over the top. But isn't that exactly the kind of thing you want to do for someone you deeply love? At the very least, that anointing of Jesus' feet was a profound expression of empathy. Empathy, not a weakness or threat to the survival of humankind, as some seem to think, but the very thing that makes us most human. And what a gift it is to be on the receiving end of empathy, to be seen and understood when we are most needing to know that we are not alone. Here's the difference between Mary and Judas. Mary is there for her beloved teacher and friend, and Judas invokes for his own purposes the poor. The poor can be a safely abstract label if one does not see those in need as persons just like oneself. So the gospel today shows us Mary, the faithful disciple, and Judas, the unfaithful one. What Jesus was about to do, he would do for both of them and for everyone else, then and now. His death was drawing nearer by the day. And what he was about to do, he was about to do even for those who failed to stand with him to the very end, even for those who fail to understand his mission, even those who will actively participate in the judicial murder that was his crucifixion. And those who even now crucify him, dismissing the poor and oppressed as nobodies and losers. Mary's beautiful gift was an act of love and understanding. And Judas's words about giving to the poor did not have to be empty words or a cover for greed. Certainly nothing in this gospel should be taken as letting us off the hook, relieved of the responsibility of really seeing others in their humanity and responding with what we have to give. In this world, it seems we will always have the poor with us and therefore always be called to care. Sometimes we are the poor. Either way, we are called to connection, always called to care for and with each other. Always blessed to have something to share because we were all made in the image and likeness of God, and always in need of God's mercy ourselves. We do not have to choose between care for others and beautiful acts when they express love. For all true beauty has its source in God. And all were made for the joy of knowing and being known by that same God. Earlier this week, in sore need of some guidance in all the uncertainty and anguish of the time we live in, I came upon words attributed to the playwright Tennessee Williams. The world is violent and mercurial. It will have its way with you. We are saved by love. Love for each other, and the love that we pour into the art we feel compelled to share. Being a parent, being a writer, being a painter, being a friend. We live in a perpetually burning building, and what we must save from it all the time is love. Friends, I believe that we are, all of us, called to be artists in this life. Artists in whatever role it has been given us to play. We are called to be creative agents of a creative God, offering gifts that are beautiful precisely when they flow forth from love. So let us watch for that love. Let us remember it. Let us receive it when it comes our way. Let us be conduits of it. It comes down to this: trust in the God who is love. And so, as some of our Native American brethren say, walk in beauty. Keep the faith. Amen.